Jagfx DCA EA, professional reliable trading software.
First up, your license key. Pop it in to activate. Without it, the EA won't trade. Next, position sizing. This is where you decide how much you're risking per trade and how the EA scales in. You've got your multiplier system, so how each new level sizes. Safe, linear, fib, aggressive, martingale, or custom. If you pick custom, you'll use the custom multiplier string. Base lot is your starting lot per sequence. Then you choose how lots are calculated, fixed, or a percentage of balance or equity, or step-based, where the lot goes up every so many dollars or equity. The step amount and lot per step control that. Max initial lot is a cap on the first trade. Leave it at 0 if you don't want a cap. Moving to trading parameters. Magic number, so the EA only touches its own trades. Slippage and max spread. The EA won't open if spread is above that. Max trades per sequence limits how many DCA steps you get. 0 means unlimited. Max sequences per direction is how many buy and sell sequences can run at once. Trade direction. Buy only, sell only, or both. Allow buy and sell at same time. Speaks for itself. Trade comment is just the label on the ticket. Now the indicator mode. This is the big one. Are you trading off Bollinger Bands only, QQE only, or both? That drives everything else. Which indicator settings matter, and which exit types you can use. QMP filter settings. These control where the QMP dots and signals show up. The periods and smoothing behind them. We'll keep it short here. They dictate placement and timing of the QMP dots. There'll be a deeper video on tuning these if you want to tweak. Bollinger Band settings. Right? These aren't your typical default BB settings. They've been tried and tested and work exceptionally well, so stick with them unless you have a good reason to change. Period and deviation define the bands. We use 35 and 2.25. Applied price is what we run the bands on. We use high. Then you've got the BB width filter. When it's on, the EA only takes the first trade when the bands are wide enough. You set that with the min width percent. Require center band cross before new sequence means we won't start a new sequence until price has actually crossed the middle band. Don't open first trades on center band breach stops us opening on a simple touch or breach of the middle band. We wait for a proper setup. Require band touch before re-entry. After a sequence closes, we need a fresh touch of the band before we start another. Exit on breach is for the center band exit. We exit as soon as price breaches the band, not just on the close. And always close on opposite band. For the opposite band exit means we're strict about closing when price hits that band. So that's the full BB section, unconventional but proven. QQE settings, overbought and oversold levels. That's your 60 and 40, or whatever you prefer. Smoothing, RSI period, multiplier, or the QQE maths. Defaults are solid. Require QQE extreme before re-entry, means after a sequence closes, we don't take the next trade in that direction until QQE has gone back into the extreme. Exit strategy. This is where you pick how we get out. BB center band, BB opposite band, QQE 50, and recovery. First profitable, fixed target, or pure trailing. Each one has its own settings further down. Dynamic stop. This is a really clever one, and it's not just a stop at X pips. When your normal exit would trigger in profit, for example, QQE exit has reached break-even plus buffer, or the BB exit condition is hit and you're in profit. Instead of closing the whole sequence, the EA can activate the dynamic stop instead. So instead of taking profit and ending the sequence, it puts a stop a set distance, in pips, behind current price. That stop only moves in your favor. It trails price and locks in profit. The clever part, if price reverses and the sequence goes back to break-even or into loss, the dynamic stop deactivates. It removes the stops and lets the sequence carry on. So you're not locked out with a loss. The EA can add more trades again. So you get profit protection when you're ahead, but you don't get permanently stopped out. You can recover again. It can't be used at the same time as partial close. Pick one or the other. We'll do a dedicated video on this because it really deserves it. Recovery mode. That's the buffer and pips above break-even before we're aimed to get out of trades if the initial exit criteria is not meet. Fixed target. You choose what the target is, a currency amount, pips, or ATR multiple, then set the value, and if you use ATR, the period and multiplier. You can also show the take profit line and pick its color. Trailing stop. When does trailing kick in? After so many pips profit, or so many dollars, or based on ATR. Then you set the trailing distance, again, in pips or ATR. Step lock is there if you want to lock in profit in steps. We'll cover that in an advanced video. Risk reduction, optional. Move stop to break even plus a buffer after a set number of trades. More on that in a dedicated video. Trading session times. Turn the filter on. Choose your time reference, broker or GMT. Set your start and end times and which days you trade. we'll do a proper video on sessions and time zones so you can set it and forget it. End of day, end of week, optional. What time we treat as daily close and Friday close, and what we do then. Full walkthrough in another video. Advanced, partial close. Option to close part of the position, e.g. 50%, and trail the rest. You set the percent and the break-even step. We'll go through the logic in an advanced video. Advanced, signal distance. Minimum distance between entry signals so we don't stack trades on top of each other, in pips or ATR. Advanced, session profit limit. Stop opening new trades once the session has made X in profit. 0 means it's off. Advanced, all signals match entry. When this is on, we only run one sequence per direction, and every ad has to match the same entry rules. Advanced, higher timeframe direction. Only trade in the direction of the higher timeframe you pick. We'll cover the HTF logic properly in its own video. Advanced, optional. First trade only. For example, buy only above the MA, sell only below. You set period, method, and applied price. On-screen displays, all the toggles and colors for the lines. Trailing, break-even, buffer, risk reduction, sequence start and end. Purely visual. Display panel, whether the info panel is on or off, where it sits, and the colors. Header, profit, loss, background, border. So that's the inputs in order, in plain English. For the nitty-gritty on sessions, partial close, risk reduction, and the HTF filter, we'll have separate videos. For now, set your indicator mode, pick your exit strategy, and position sizing, and you're good to go.
Jagfx DCA EA, professional reliable trading software.